Hey guys, it's me again, Mine12700, and I'm here today to give my opinion. Well, it's not my opinion video, but just to give my 2 cents about the flashbacks on The Walking Dead New Frontier. Now, I just got The Walking Dead New Frontier today, and the game is good. Yes, the game is good. The story is good, and there's a one shock at the end of episode 1. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but it's pretty shocking and fucked up, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it's pretty good. I like the game and I like the characters. I like Clem a lot. She's become a lot more badass, as you might say. And I like Xavier. He's actually a really cool character. I actually like him and Kate's relationship. And of course, Kate. I really like her. But I can't believe. But yes, I basically got it, and I did find the game good. Now, what I really want to talk about is the bullshit ending. I mean, the bullshit flashback that happened in between the games. Now what triggered me? What triggered me this time was the death of Kenny and Jane. Now, it's not that Kenny and Jane died. That's not my problem with the endings. In fact, I would have liked it. I mean, no, not I would have liked it, but it's more of I wouldn't mind if they died at all. But they died in the most retarded, bare bones, contrived ways that you can't even imagine. And not only that, I'll also be talking about the Wellington ending as well. That's also as retarded as James and Kenny's death. So anyway, let's get back on topic. I mean, no, let's just get on the topic. Now, let's talk about Kenny's death, since it's not more of, it's not like doesn't make any sense. It's just more of kind of bare bones, kind of retarded. But basically what happens is that, oh yeah, before we do this,
spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! No fucking shit! Spoiler alert! What the fuck kind of people are you going on YouTube looking up shit about a movie you haven't seen yet, and you get all pissed off because they spoil things for you? Duh!
Okay, so you guys got spoiled on you, but okay. So anyways, so basically how Kenny dies is that basically Kenny is teaching Clem how to drive, basically, and Clem loses control of the car, and Kenny crashes into the car and stuff like that, and you know, he crashed through the windshield. Shield and stuff like that, and he ends up flying across the entire thing, and he ends up breaking his legs. And then he tells Clementine to go get AJ because they're about to be surrounded by walkers and stuff like that. So, you know, and Kenny dies, basically. Now, the problem with this ending, with Kenny's death, is that it's kind of retarded. I mean, instead of dying inside like a really badass way, like taking down bandits while Clem and AJ are being attacked, or maybe like doing one last stand, like inside of a situation where he had to save Clementine, kind of similar to how Lee kind of did like that armed with death thing. He basically just went through that whole entire wave of walkers. No, he just died inside of a car crash. It's kind of funny inside of reality. I mean, come on, it has to be the most pathetic way to die inside of an apocalypse. A fucking car crash when there's no cars going to be on the road. Like, come on, man. You guys couldn't come up with anything better? I came up with something better, and I'm an amateur at this. But anyways, that's basically my 2 cents on Kenny's death. Now let's get to the Wellington ending. Now basically, what happens on the Wellington ending is that basically what happens is that Clem and AJ are at Wellington. They're being taken care of by Edith, the one that you meet at the gate. Now what happens is that, oh my god, a small group of bandits basically come to your gate. And they're all like, we just want to get some grub, and that was it. Fuck you, and whatever, stuff like that. And then they break in and they destroy the entire town. Now, let me get this straight. Wellington, a fortress that does in fact have bullets, because Edith shot like a bullet at the ground when Kenny and Clem were coming to the community. So they obviously have bullets. And you're telling me that a fortress like Wellington gets taken over by a bunch of thugs inside of a fucking car? It's not even that big of a car. It's a fucking car, basically. And that's it. And only like one car full of bandits basically decimate the place? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, how would they even go over? You wouldn't even need, like you wouldn't even need to escape. Basically, all you would need to do is just get like a bunch of like AK-47s or hunting rifles and just basically take them out, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Like, there's nothing else. I could take them out by myself, basically. I mean, come on. You're getting taken over by like a bunch of bandits. Are you being fucking real right now? And then we have Jane's death. Now, Jane's death. Now, how do I put this? Okay, Jane's death is not only retarded, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Now, basically, what happens is that Jane is actually pregnant with Luke's baby. And what does she do? She goes inside. She said that she's going to take a nap. She goes inside of Hal's hardware and she hangs herself. Now let me tell. How do I say this without feeling stupid? How do I say this out of the most intelligent, coherent, and fancy way possible? Let me see. When it gets hammed in without any build up or anything, it just feels forced. Like, seriously, did they not think of that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, let me find the word for this. Like, you can't just do that. You can't just say that Jane up and commit suicide like that. There was no lead up to it. Like, inside reality, like, there was no lead up to Jane becoming super depressed to the point of killing herself. Like, what other lead up was there other than maybe her being alone and stuff like that, and maybe you know, her being alone and only stuff like that? And you're saying that's the only lead up? There's no build up to her actual suicide, really, inside of like the flashback. There's no build up to her suicide. In reality, it's just really I'm gonna go take a nap, and inside of like that voice file you can like hear kind of like a crying, like a, you know, a weary crying voice inside there, and that's just it. That's the only build up. That doesn't make any sense. What other factors were there than like Luke's baby? Hell, Jane was pretty much the one who, like, you know, said like, oh, I'm strong, I'm like stronger than all of them because I stay alone and I know the survivor's way and stuff like that. And she was like taking like Clementine under her wing and stuff like that. And you think she kills herself like that? So after all this time of saying like, oh, everybody else like a coward except for me, she then takes her life. Are you fucking real right now? I mean, I guess that fits inside of her character, I guess, but there's, yeah, I have some build up to it other than that. Some type of build up other than just one line of dialogue inside of like the third season. That was it. And you know what? Let me give an example. Now I don't like doing this, but basically inside of my The Walking Dead series, my own Walking Dead series, there's a character named Finn. Now Finn, oh yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert!
He kills himself. Now it wasn't, this is one of my biggest mistakes inside the series so far. Basically, it wasn't explained why he killed himself. Like, I don't know what, like, why did he kill himself? If you watch the series and you're like, okay, why did Finn kill himself? Other than just becoming a cripple, and that was it. That was just it. He just became a cripple. I didn't explain why he killed himself. I didn't, there was no build. I guess like there was like some build up inside like the beginning, but it was almost like, are you being serious right now? Like, he kills himself just because he becomes a cripple and stuff like that? Like, come on, there has to be more build up than just that inside reality. And that was one of my biggest mistakes ever. And that was like back when I was like a super amateur at the series itself. I was still writing a bunch of like stuff. I was actually still writing like episode 6, 7, and 8. So I was like pretty amateur at the series itself and stuff like that. But now I actually realized how much of a big mistake that was. I should have explained why. I should have explained more of why Finn killed himself. But these guys on the cutting room fucking floor, they don't even explain why Jane killed herself. Like, dude, do you not realize that you just can't have that happen? You can't just have that like suicide scene just for shock value. You gotta explain it. You know, there's something called it's basically like a principle in writing. Basically, if there's a gun in the third act, you establish it inside the first act or second act, or you at least establish it inside the second act and then follow up with the third act. That's pretty much a rule in writing, okay? You make sure that you build something up inside the beginning, so that when it comes into play inside the end, it doesn't feel forced or really like hammed in, basically. And what Telltale did was they basically hammed it in, because I didn't get why Jane like killed herself at all, okay? So that's pretty much just my rant on why I felt that Kenny's death, Edith's death, and the fall of Wellington, and Jane's death was pretty much lackluster inside my opinion. In fact, Jane's death wasn't even lackluster. It was pretty retarded and pretty stupid of Telltale. Like, what, you can't do any better writing than that? Like, are you trying to make this like a shit pasta or a crappy pasta or something? But anyways, guys, I'm done with this rant that has been going on for like 10 minutes. And it's pretty much unscripted, so there's not going to be that much editing inside of it. But basically, guys, see you guys later. Check out my Twitter, my DeviantArt, my Steam. And see you guys later. Bye. Oh yeah, and happy holidays.